Hello everyone, my name is Pratik Saraf. I am a student of IIM Trichy. As a part of my Indian Economy and Policy course, I am going to talk about the reforms in Indian energy sector. There are two types of sources of energy. First one is the conventional source of energy and the second one is the unconventional sources of energy. Unconventional sources of energy are difficult to extract and difficult to store, whereas conventional sources of energy are something that we are using from ages. Primary sources of energy include coal, hydroelectric power, petroleum, oil and gas, which help in generation of electricity. To provide electricity, first we need to have the infrastructure. So the first scheme by government that I am going to discuss is the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana, which has been implemented for the development of energy infrastructure in the villages of India, and the implementing body is Rural Electrification Corporation Limited. Its aim is to provide continuous power supply to all rural areas in India. Second scheme by the government is Ujjwal Discom Assurance Yojana, UDAY. Many of the power distribution companies are in deep losses and have high debts on them. UDAY scheme mainly focuses on ensuring viability and enhancing the performance of distribution companies. The most important feature of this scheme is that the states shall take 75% of the debt or the losses of discoms in two phases. In return, the bonds guaranteed by the state government companies will be issued to the discoms, which will help them in reducing the interest rates. So when they will have the bonds, or when in return of taking the distribution company's debt, they would get bonds. So which means that the debt will be repaid or debt will be given by the states in terms of bond to the distribution companies. So instead of giving money, they will be giving bonds, and what will happen is that the bond value would increase, which will help distribution companies to reduce their debt factor and reduce their losses and help them in reducing the interest rates overall. Eventually, this will help in reducing the cost of power and enforce financial discipline on the discoms. So Uday Yojana is extremely important to cover the current losses, and the basic part of the scheme is that the losses would be covered not by the taxpayers' money. Government is not paying the money, government is paying the bond. Hence, taxpayer money is also not used and the distribution companies' losses are also taken over. So this is like win-win situation for all. Third scheme by the government is the National LED Yojana. The National LED program, as you know, its provision of electricity. Unnati Jyoti by affordable LED is for all, the Ujala scheme. This is implemented by the Energy Efficiency Services Limited. It is a joint venture between PSUs under Ministry of Power, Government of India. It aims to promote efficient use of energy at the residential level by distributing LED bulbs through special counters and making sure that whatever LED program has to be implemented, it has to be in a manner where people can get access to these LED bulbs at concessional rate, and it will be only for residential level. Fourth scheme is the National Smart Grid Mission. Grid is something which provides electricity. If there is no grid, electricity cannot be provided. So smart grid is an electrical grid with automation, communication and IT systems that can monitor power flow from point of generation to the point of consumption. So from a particular point, let's say point A is the electric distribution company and B is the consumption. So we have to have grids which connect the wires, sometimes even down to appliance level, and control the power flow or curtail the load to match generation of real-time basis on the real-time basis. This mechanism is cost effective and reliable. So what this would do is that it would stop the theft of electricity, and it's a reliable means of power generation and consumption. Loss of electricity would reduce. National Smart Grid Mission is an institutional mechanism for planning, monitoring and implementation of policies and programs related to smart grid activities. So National Smart Grid Machine is important for the point of view of development of infrastructure. for provision of proper electricity to the people who are consuming it. So it is efficient flow of electricity. Thank you for watching.